Sit down, sit down. Good afternoon. So, Mrinalika, Hindi or English?
Sir,
What
English.
is the language you have
Opted for English, sir.
Huh?
English.
English.
Yes, sir.
So you have you did your BA in political science,
Yes, sir.
and then of course MA also in political science.
Yes, sir.
And obviously this was your subject for the
Option. Yes, sir.
also. So which part of political science? I mean, it's a vast subject, with constitutions and theory, and
Yes.
what is the area that you are most interested in or like in political science?
Sir, overall, I find it very interesting, but I am highly interested in political theory.
In political theory?
Yes, sir.
Obviously not in political relations. You have not opted
Sir,
for
I
the
meant-
foreign service.
Yes, sir.
You haven't opted.
No, sir.
You don't like it.
No, sir, I do like it, but that may not be something that suits my.
Yeah, correct. Okay, doesn't matter. So you again. So what in political theory that you?
Sir, I am
Specialize.
I'm especially fond of in Western political thought, Aristotle, and in Indian political thought, Mahatma Gandhi and Kautilya.
So tell us something about Aristotle. What he said and where was he from? What was it?
Sir, he was a Greek political thinker, and he spoke about the origin of state and how it is a natural body, which is something that comes from the nature of human being himself or herself. Moreover, sir, something that I really appreciate about his idea is it's very pragmatic and realistic, not idealist. And the famous golden mean is the golden rule is something that I'm fond of.
So when you say that he was a pragmatist and not an idealist, so if you compare him with previous thinkers, who are the previous before him?
So he's often compared with Plato, whose disciple he was.
So how does he differ? What aspects did he differ from Plato?
Sir, Plato, while both of them started with the vision of having an idealist state, how an ideal state should be, Plato gave a very visionary image and an idealist state, which may not be practical to implement. What Aristotle tried to do is reform Plato's perspective so that it can be implemented and is sustainable.
So he's written some books and things, is it?
Yes, sir. Aristotle has written Politics. That is one book.
Politics.
Yes, sir.
He was a political thinker and he wrote about politics. He called it politics also.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You said Gandhi was your other favorite.
Yes, sir.
What is Gandhi's view on structural violence?
Sir, Gandhiji believed that authority is the source of structural violence, including state. What he meant was that any body which acquires power and subjugates others is in a way inflicting violence. So he was against this kind of structural violence. Rather, what he propagated was Ram Rajya, wherein there's no state and people are living in complete harmony with each other. Because the values that they're operating with is Satya and Ahimsa.
And what is his vision? Since you said no state in Ram Rajya, he visualized something called sovereign state? No, sovereign citizen.
Yes.
What is that sovereign citizen?
Sir, as per Gandhiji, a sovereign citizen is one who is a believer as well as a practitioner of Satya and Ahimsa. They do not see the other as other. Rather, they live in a community together, and for them means are as important as end. So there's complete harmony, no ill will against each other.
Sometimes people say Gandhi was an anarchist.
Yes, sir.
Since we are continuing with statelessness, why you think people call him anarchist?
Sir, anarchy by definition implies a stateless society. since Gandhiji propagated the view of not having a state and he was against the idea of state as a whole, he is often alleged to be anarchist. However, sir, technically yes, but Gandhiji focused on a society which can operate without state itself, reformation of individuals.
Was Gandhi a pacifist?
Yes, sir, he propagated peace, non-violence.
No. Anyway, we'll move somewhere else. Tell me 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses you will have as a woman civil servant.
Sir, as a woman civil servant, one, I would operate with empathy with my community members, especially with women, since I
I
myself.
think male candidates cannot have empathy.
Sir, for sure, certainly they can have, but
So my question was, as woman civil servant, what will be your 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses?
so this is what I was saying, that since men can also have empathy, but when I have experienced myself what a woman goes through, I would be far more empathetic in that situation. So that one. And second, sir, I would be able to connect more with again women, since they will be more open to talk to me rather than a male official. So that would be my strength, sir. Some of my areas of development can be, sir, I may not be physically as strong as a male. As a result, in some circumstances, I may have to consider my safety along with my duty. So I'll have to balance both. That is one, sir. Second,
Anyway, since you said that you will have to consider your duties, how much inclined you would be to skirt rules, to be compassionate while doing your duties?
sir, I think I will operate by the rules. If I have to operate by compassion also, I'll find a way out so that within rules itself I can do something to implement that compassion.
Recently, we saw inauguration of Ram Temple in Ayodhya.
Yes, sir.
How is that useful? You saw entire nation was focused on that activity.
Yes, sir.
So there's all kinds of financial and other kinds of investments we have done, emotional investments. How is that important? How
Sir,
would you
why?
justify that investment?
Yes, sir. So while an often cited reason is that after 500 years, a struggle is coming to an end with the consecration of Ramlala in Ram Temple. However, there are many other reasons why this is a significant moment. Sir, one, it is highlighting and asserting India's civilizational values domestically as well as in international relations, an identity of India itself. Second, sir, also it
What
is.
is cultural diplomacy?
Sir, cultural diplomacy is asserting and using our soft power.
Is soft power and cultural diplomacy same things?
No, sir. Soft power is a wider term. Cultural diplomacy can be a part of it, sir. So, using our culture in order to connect with various nations and also leverage it for the benefit of our national interest.
Difference between cultural diplomacy and cultural relations?
Sir, cultural diplomacy is the action through which cultural relations are maintained. It's an action-oriented word, diplomacy, but relations.
Thank you.
You said that you will be able to display more empathy because you have, as a woman, experienced it.
Yes, sir.
But at the same time, it is said that women are the biggest conspirators in sort of advancing patriarchy in our society. So how are these two not contradictory?
Sir, it has been said that women are the biggest conspirators. However, sir, here I believe the intention matters a lot. People who are being alleged as conspirators, they are a product of the same society, and they haven't got that push and courage to come out of it. As a result, it is being projected as patriarchy. However, there are also women, sir, who have used it as a motivation to come out and empower themselves as well as others. And I believe I'm in the second category, sir.
That is a personal belief, but generally speaking, women propagate it more. Women inflict the same thing on their daughter-in-laws as they had witnessed from their mother-in-laws and so on and so forth. They behave in the same manner with their daughters as they have been behaved with by their parents.
Sir, while empathy,
Carry on.
sir, while empathy is in both the cases, what is missing in the case that we are talking about is the courage as well as the critical thinking to question it. It is ingrained in the society. As a result,
Critical thinking and courage to rebel against this is another issue. But assisting to propagate it is another issue. You are an active participant in that.
sir, sir, based on my observation, I think they are complicit with it and they believe it is all right. This is how it has happened and this is how it should happen, which is stemming from them not questioning it at all.
Okay. And it is now being it is now being debated whether women should be there in combat role or not. So what do you think? What are the advantages, disadvantages if women are there in combat role specific? Women are in uniform. They are in police, they are in paramilitary, they are in army. But combat role. They are in combat role in Air Force.
Sir, I certainly believe that women should be a part of, they should get combat roles. One, because sir, if they are equally eligible, they should be positioned to serve in the same manner in which the male are. Second, sir, they also bring with themselves the values of compassion and empathy, which I was talking about in the force. However, having said that, sir, there are certain concerns here. Most importantly, women's safety when they are in combat roles and the risk of them being taken away as war prisoners. That is a concern. That should be addressed, sir. So I believe the women who are being appointed in combat roles, all these concerns should be clarified and accordingly we should resolve the issue. But when it comes to the ideal, I think it should be supported.
They would be able to earn the respect of the men troops as much as a male counterpart gets.
So in the immediate future, this is a concern, but that needs to be resolved and the sensitization needs to happen at the level of our armed forces.
This women reservation in parliament is not going to be effective for, some say, next 15 years, some say next 11 years. So why was the hurry, where was the hurry to bring it in at this point of time?
Sir, I'm sorry, sir, I disagree here that it's not hurry. In fact, it is a very decision that has come very late after 75 years. Demand has been there for a long time.
But it is going to take another 15 years to implement it.
Sir, it has been highlighted that census needs to be there and delimitation needs to happen. That needs to be hurried, but just because that is
why should it be linked with delimitation? Women are 50% of India's population, if not 50, 48%. So how is delimitation concerned? Delimitation is applicable to insofar as scheduled caste, tribes, etc. are concerned. Women percentage would remain the same in all constituencies.
Sir, I believe it could have been linked to census, earlier census as well. The reason why it is not being done is something even I will have to look for. So I'll read about it, sir.
All right. What are the problems of Rajasthan state as a bordering state?
Sir, as a bordering state, one of the major problems that is recently being highlighted is there's a lot of cross-border illegal drug trafficking, arms trade, and cross-border migration also. These are some major concerns. As a result,
It has not been there in anywhere in the media. There's some drugs seized there, but hardly any weapons, hardly any illegal migration in Rajasthan. Punjab we have heard of, drugs we have heard of in heavy quantities in Gujarat, but Rajasthan we haven't heard of that.
so these are certain prospective challenges, but drug trafficking is something that has been in news, specifically opium. Many seizes have also happened, and government is also taking steps there. So this is a problem because of border with Pakistan, and the drones are also being used for these cross-border drug trafficking. So that is certainly a concern, sir. Arms is a prospective concern. I have not recently read about it, but it is a prospective concern being a bordering state. Illegal arms trade, sir.
Okay. What is reflective journal writing?
Sir, since 8th grade I've been doing it. I have generally been an introvert person. However, I'm also a thinker. So whenever something happens, I tend to think about it, that what went wrong, what is good about it. But I don't share it with someone else. As a result, my journal has become that space for me wherein I reflect about incidents in my life and write down my takeaways.
So it's a diary that you are sort of you're not
Yes, sir.
publishing it anywhere.
No, sir, no. I don't do it daily. On some particular moments, I do it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you have been invited often as a you have used a particular term, special
Featured.
featured speaker.
Yes, sir.
What are the favorite topics for you to speak on?
So generally, I've been invited to speak about the same thing in different institute. That is leadership in education. I have come from a challenging circumstances from Rajasthan. However, after that, I have worked in the space of development and education. Having done that at an early age, I have been invited to various colleges to inspire youth how they can take initiative to make this world a better place for all.
What ails our education system?
So there are many challenges currently that we are facing. One of the most important ones is the quality of education that our students are receiving. Although enrollment is close to 100% in primary education, but since our children are not learning, as highlighted by recent ASER report as well, they're dropping out at an early age, especially in middle school.
Which report you refer to?
Sir, ASER report by Pratham. Moreover, sir, teacher quality is also a concern.
Does this report, of course, says that there are learning issues with small children.
Yes,
Has, in your opinion, COVID pandemic impacted the learning process of children?
Yes, sir. In a significant way. It has done so, because majority of our schools got shut. Many of our students did not have access to smartphones. Our teachers did not know how to use it. As a result, there was huge learning loss in the process of adaptation. Even when they adapted, the quality of learning was not that effective. So our children, it is being said by some reports that they went 2-3 years back, and it will take a significant amount of time to get them back. They were already very behind. They are further being pushed back.
Okay.
Yes, Mrinalika. What is the meaning of Mrinalika?
Sir, Mrinalika means, it comes from the word Mrinal, which means stem or petal of a lotus.
Okay. So we're talking about the education. When the Right to Education Act was introduced in India?
Sir, I believe 2009.
Okay. Sure.
Yes, sir, 2009.
Okay. So what was that?
Sir, right to education was a legal step to guarantee right to education for children under Article 21, which was already there, from age group 6 to 14.
And what is this new education policy? Any link with the new education policy?
Sir, new education policy is a step in the direction to guarantee right to education over. Something new that new education policy is promoting over and above right to education is, while RTE covered students in the age group 6 to 14, now NEP is promoting to cover students from the age group 3 to 18.
And
So
what
that
is the first education NGO has given the report? First foundation.
Pratham.
Mm.
Pratham. Sir, ASER.
Hmm?
Sir, it's a report that they earlier used to publish it annually.
So the government is not doing in this way anything.
Sir, government is also doing, there's a test.
Associated with this education. So the state government, your Rajasthan, is not doing in this way.
Sir, Rajasthan government is also taking various steps.
Mm.
Overall, across India, sir, central government also takes a test at the primary level to gauge student learning, and at the higher education also there's a AISHE, some test that is being conducted. In Rajasthan also, sir, the government is taking various steps. Recently itself, the government has launched a training mentorship program for teachers, wherein they are training a certain number of mentor teachers who will then go ahead and train other teachers in any way. So they are taking various steps in this direction. Mushan Bunyad is another one that Rajasthan is doing for foundational literacy and numeracy, sir.
Okay.
Sir, India and Maldives are very close neighbors, and they have shared a very good relationship in the past, wherein India has been described as the closest ally of Maldives by Maldivian leadership. However, in recent times, that has come under challenge because of change in ruling dispensation there, which came in power because of India Out campaign. So they have asked the Indian military, which has been deployed there, certain armed forces, to move out of Maldives by March 15th. Moreover, they are also giving preference to China over India. China's ships are deployed there and they are allowed to do surveys. Further, sir, recently...
But they have a sovereign country, they can do it.
Yes, sir.
What's the harm?
Sir, they can surely do it, but when it comes to India's
You
national...
can restrain.
Sir, certainly we can't restrain, but we can clarify our policy and our perspective to our neighbor.
So they are already know what is our policy, what is their policy.
Sir, if they insist for us to...
Means it is the interest of Maldives, what they are doing in the interest of Maldives. They will not do in the interest of India. But India will also put their version, and as a external affair ministry officer,
Yes.
you have to give certain these facilities or something. Am I right or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So certainly, sir, if Maldives takes a stand and sticks to its stand, India will have to respect their national interest, while at the same time continuing our engagement, delivering on our projects which are already there, so that Maldives trust us as a neighbor, and whatever deficit is there, that is filled. But we should be also clear in clarifying that what our national interest is and what is it that we need
That is
from
up to
Maldives.
them whether they will accept it or not.
Certainly, sir. We have to respect if they insist.
And Iran and Pakistan conflict, you know.
Yes.
So what is the role of India? India should support one country or both, or what is the issue?
Sir, recently Pakistan and Iran have had a tit-for-tat change of attacks. In this circumstance, both have blamed that there is a territory which is being used by terrorists against their sovereign interest. In this case, sir, India has taken a stand that it is between both these countries and they will resolve it. However, at the same time, India has been very clear in its criticism of cross-border terrorism that is there. So, sir, India should stick to this. India should
But India has supported only Iran, not Pakistan. What you are telling, that is not there.
Sir,
You have this read it?
yes, sir. Sir, as far as I have read about it, India has not clearly supported any
Clearly
country.
supported.
Sir, I'll read more about it.
That's right. Okay, okay. And anything else?
Okay, so now we